Alright guys, so today I'm going to show you how to lower the back end of the XB even lower when you have Raceland coilovers. This should work for any Raceland coilover setup, so let's get into this. You're only going to need a couple tools, some ratchets, some sockets, a couple jack stands, a jack. First thing you're going to want to do is loosen up the lug nuts, get your jack under there, jack the car up so the whole back end is off the ground. So once you have the car jacked up, secured on jack stands, you can remove the wheels. So the whole purpose of removing the wheels is to take a lot of the unsprung weight off the rear axle. Because what you're going to do now is take the jack. We're going to kind of try and center it. You want to lift it up a little bit. So it puts some tension in the suspension. So the way we're actually going to lower this is to remove this perch, which will actually give us all this to drop the back end down. And I'll show you how to do that. It's literally one bolt right here. I believe that's a 17 millimeter. And what we're going to do is we're going to remove each shock so the axle will drop down and pop the springs out. And then we can remove the perches. So what we're going to do is remove the lower shock bolt. It's a 17 millimeter. Once you've removed the shock nut and the washer, you can just tap on the shock, it'll pop off the stud. Now what we're going to do is the same thing on this side. And just tap the shock, so it pops off. And once you lower the axle slowly, this is what should happen. And then you can take the spring right off. You want to keep that on there. And this you can probably put back on the spring, like so. And that is what will sit on the original perch once we remove this. Yeah, just one bolt. I'm going to put some tension back on the rear axle. So you're going to lift it up slightly. And then you can put your springs in. You're going to hold your spring in and jack up the axle till it just sits in the perch, the top perch. Just like that, guys. So it's just sitting there, and it's going to allow me just enough room to get the other spring in. So guys, both springs are in, and they're just sitting there with just enough tension on the rear axle to keep them in. What I'm going to do is slowly jack up the axle again until it seats properly, just like it just did. Yeah, that's seated good. Alright guys, so what we're going to do now is put the shocks back on. Alright guys, both shocks are back on, nuts are tightened down. We can now put the wheels back on and set the car down and see how much lower we are. Alright guys, we got her back down on the ground and she is definitely lower again. Oh yeah, there we go. So that's all you need to do for the Raceland coilovers, guys, to get the back end even lower. Super simple to do. Couple sockets, about half an hour worth of your time, and you get the slam look. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up. Hit subscribe, guys, if it's your first time.